penalty incurred by this sprain, by this most grievous hindrance, which once triggered inconsolable anger, is, and already was, long ago, the outright destruction, yesterday by the deluge, and today, soon, with fire. It really is important, ladies and gentlemen, dear members of the clergy, that we remind to each of us, to all of us, that we were created by God, by the Creator, who makes no apology at all, to have created, but on the contrary, in Genesis 1:31, God not only found and finds that what he did was good, but he finds in particular, as far as man is concerned, that what he did was very good. Why did he make us? He told us rather more than once, especially in Colossians chapter 1, verse 16, Romans chapter 11, verse 36, Hebrews chapter 2, verse 10. God has made us, created us, established for his own glory. Let me repeat that. It's for his own glory that he created us, which is why, according to 1 John 5:20, he gave us intelligence as a means to this end. How can we do this? To seek him, to know him, to be able to adore him. According to Romans 10:14-15, you can't worship a God you don't know, or to put it another way, you actually worship the gods you do know. It doesn't matter that you take these gods for the true eternal one, for the one living true God. And this is why Romans 10:17 states that faith comes from what you hear, and you have to make sure that what you hear really comes from the word of Christ, just like the Bereans in Acts 17:11. So there's a real risk that a good part of humanity will go through the wide door, the door of error, according to Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. The road to perdition is the Jesus Christ, who, in violation of all messianic prophecies, was not procreated. Unfortunately, it is Christ who is being preached today. Issue this challenge to Christian leaders. Produce a single messianic prophecy or even a single apostolic preaching that teaches a spiritually conceived, virginally born and adopted Messiah. You will be surprised at their inability to provide you with a single prophecy or apostolic preaching. It is important to note that among the endowments God has given mankind to fulfill his purpose, the reason for which he created us, we're going to mention 5 of them. First of all, he endowed us with intelligence, 1 John chapter 5, verse 20, not to do with it all that human beings do today. Intelligence can be used for many things, but it was given to man fundamentally to know the true Christ. The expression true Christ is not ours. You'll find it in the Bible, in 1 John 5:20, in Revelation 3:7-14, in 2 Corinthians 11:4, and so on. He gave the earth, man's home. Psalms 115, verses 16, to make it clear that angels have nothing to do with it. Then celestial spirits, they were given the heavenly heavens to dwell in. They don't have to have sons on earth nor dominate it. The celestial spirits have received their own abode from the same God. They can only legally intervene on earth by respecting the word of God. It is written, for the earth is not their home. This is clear from several texts, notably Luke 20:35-36 or Matthew 22:30. We have announced 5 major endowments from God granted to man as a prerogative. Let's move on to endowment number 2. God has ensured that those who are sanctified and he who sanctifies come from one. Of course, of himself. The first man, the original man, true man, the one we only resemble. This is written in Hebrews 2:11. Another endowment granted to human beings as a prerogative. God made that not only is the human being the offspring of one, according to Hebrews 2:11, God has also made it possible for human beings, all human beings, come from one blood. This is written in Acts chapter 17, verse 26, so much so that there are no races among human beings. Whatever our physical appearances, whatever our phenotypes, Acts 17:26 reveals that all human beings come from one blood. There is only one blood, the blood of the human species. Racists be damned. In the human species, there is a diversity of skin colors, but only one blood. Scientific progress has confirmed this irrefutable fact. Not surprising, given that science, for the most part, come from God. According to Colossians 2:3, let's recap. All human beings come from one and are of one blood. Hebrews 2:11 and Acts 17:26. God's fourth special endowment to mankind. It was an honor for mankind to be chosen from among all God's other creatures to have dominion over them. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 28, God gave him a mandate to dominate the earth and subdue it. A final and fifth prerogative of God to man. He swore an oath to mankind in accordance with Amos chapter 3, verse 7, that he would do nothing on earth in humanity without human beings or behind the back of the human being. So it has always been. In every generation, God has always acted in humanity with men when he has come to the aid of mankind, when he has saved mankind. It's always through men. That's why it says in Ezekiel 22:30 that God is desperate for a man. As it happens, that the best among us, the true Christ, is that man taken from among men to come to the land of men, to save men. There's no need to dwell on the fact that he chose the man, the masculine gender in humanity for leadership.